Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another MCU review. This time around, we have the lovely Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Thor Ragnarok. 4 deep as usual. I couldn't remember these movies to save my life, but when I got on air, best believe I did, because that's what I do. Prepared when I need to be the most. Anyways, guys, that is the intro. What we got for plot?
All right. Thrilled by his experience with the Avengers, young Peter Parker returns home to live with his Aunt May. Under the watchful eye of mentor Tony Stark, Parker starts to embrace his newfound identity as Spider-Man. He also tries to return to his normal day routine, distracted by thoughts of proving himself to be more than just a friendly neighborhood superhero. Peter must soon put his powers to the test when the evil Vulture emerges to threaten everything that he holds dear.
Ooh.
Tyler?
Yeah, came out in 2017. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes long. Anyone want to guess the budget, or should I just say?
212.
175.
Dude, he fucking, yeah, y'all nailed it, 175.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's the first time it's ever happened that year.
That's what I was going to guess, but I have a chance to. Thanks.
Oh, you want to guess how much it grossed?
830.
Is that late already?
I think. Ooh, damn! I don't know this one as well. Yeah, I'll say about 850.
Mike discipline, sir.
870.
880. Good job.
God.
Yeah.
If we had one more person, they would have got it right.
I know.
You should have guessed.
830.
You were up.
I should have guessed. I don't know why I didn't.
What?
Huh? Okay.
You're up, bro.
So,
Oh, you are ready.
John Watts.
Yeah.
Right, director. Yes.
Yeah.
John Watts. John Watts comes in to direct this, and if y'all have not seen the movie Cop Car, you need to watch it. He directed that.
Did you fall
Anyway,
asleep during that movie?
please.
I think he said he did. He don't want to admit it on air.
So he comes through to direct with Tom Holland playing Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Robert Downey Jr. comes back as Stark. John Favreau is Happy. Pepper Potts. Marissa Tomei is May Parker, which was an excellent choice.
The
Love
best
her.
of choices.
Yeah, some would say the best.
Jacob Batalone is Ned. Tony Revolori is the Flash Gordon. Not the Flash.
Flash.
They even have Hannibal Buress as one of the coaches in
Yeah,
this.
it was cool.
PE
seeing him in there.
teacher, right?
He's so
Yeah.
funny in this too.
In
And then
those small
it's not
scenes.
showing who's the guy that he
Did you say
is
MJ?
with. Oh yeah, and
White dude with the
Zendaya
glasses?
I guess he's in date.
as MJ. I can't believe I just.
And the
skipped
Falcon, or it's not the
Did you
Falcon.
say
it's
Donald
the-
Glover?
over. And then Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
Did you say Donald Glover?
Donald Glover is Aaron Davis. Yeah, but that's not.
Drug dealer.
That's
Hmm.
Miles. Anyway, so yeah, Donald Glover's in there for a scene too.
Any awards, noms?
They had a Saturn Award for best performance by a younger actor.
Earth Awards only, please.
The Saturn Awards are all right, but they're not like Oscar or big time
Yeah.
SAG Award or anything.
So who was your all's favorite character?
Dude, I'm on Peter Parker, man.
You're
Tom
a real
Holland
Peter
kills
Parker over there, huh?
What do you mean?
You park your Peter.
Yeah.
And
well,
bitches.
Tom Holland, he's amazing as his
The
coming out
director of
party
Child's Play.
in
I
Spider-Man.
think he's definitely the best Peter Parker out of the three.
I
Really?
was Toby, but
As Peter Parker?
after this last one, maybe not.
I'll go Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
Yeah.
I think he absolutely
Nice.
killed it.
Vulch
He
gang.
was awesome.
Not me. I'm going Mary Jane. Yeah, I'm going there with it. And she was like underused in this movie. She hadn't been fully developed yet, but at the same time, like I love like every time she was on screen and
Yeah.
had like a witty fucking comment. Actually
I don't have
cracked
any
up.
friends.
Yeah, like I cracked up at her little couple of things. Like she was just always like that moment where like everything seemed to disarray, and then she'd say something that was just like painfully obvious, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay." I like that about her. I like Zendaya a lot in this movie.
Flash Gordon.
Really?
Not at all.
I was gonna say.
I'm actually gonna have to side with Brandon on this one. I really, really thought that Zendaya brought it like her A game as MJ. The social awkward
She's so
aspect that
good,
they
yeah.
went with, instead of making her like a like social butterfly, she's just an amazing character. I love the MJ in this series.
But it was cool because it was not just the fact that she was socially awkward and weird, but she also seemed like the person you also didn't want to step to her and bully her because she would clown on you and make you look stupid as
Yeah.
fuck.
Or
She had-
murder you. You don't know.
She had a good aura about her, if you will. Yeah, good stuff. What about favorite scene? Not favorite action scene, people. I'll just do mine. This is probably my favorite scene of the movie, and that is the car ride to prom
Shut up. That was mine
Nice.
too.
with Michael Keaton. That
When-
scene is dope as fuck. I love that scene.
That's good.
Yeah.
When he's just like, just playing it off perfectly in front of other girl that doesn't matter anymore. When he's just like looking in the mirror, and it's like, oh, like that must have been so scary being up in that, whatever. What is it? The tower with your
Washington
friends.
Monument.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't remember what monument it was on the spot. Yeah, and he's like, actually, I was down there because he had to like say like I wasn't up there, and it's like, oh, really? You weren't up there? It's like he was just fishing that out of him.
He was slowly piecing it together. And
Yeah,
then
you
that's
could
why
see it
he,
in
like,
his
threw
eyes.
that in there. He was like, well, wait, let me see if he was even in the tower with them.
Yeah.
And he just kept piecing it together, and then he figures it out.
Yeah.
And like tells Peter to stay in the car.
Yeah, and that's what's perfect about it because it's the perfect thing to say. Because it sounds like to her it's perfect because
That
it's just
dad talk, I think
grilling
she even
her,
says that.
and then that's what he says, and then the perfect response for him, he's like, I gotta just go in. I gotta give Peter the dad talk, and then as soon as it was on, it was like, look, just stand down, or I will hurt you. I will do anything for my family. You do not get in the way of this. Love that scene, very good, and that Michael Keaton is the Michael Keaton I love. Love some Michael Keaton.
That was
Good
my
shit.
favorite scene as well. So
Yeah.
Dude, I like the scene. I don't know why. I don't remember why he's doing it, but he's running through everyone's backyard, and it's just like
The
that
Ferris
scene from
Bueller's-
Ferris
they
Bueller's.
even show Ferris Bueller
Yeah,
on,
on
the
that-
TV.
Yeah, I love
Really
that
like
scene.
Oh, yeah,
it.
he's chasing the
funny.
guys on the box truck in that scene.
That was
ain't
at the
he?
very beginning.
Yeah.
Towards the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a. I
That's
really
why
like that
it's your
one.
favorite comedy of all time.
I love Ferris. No, it's
Yeah, I don't know
okay.
about that. Yeah.
What do you got, Rodney?
Mine's a weird one.
Saw that coming.
But no,
I actually thought you were gonna be like, mine actually is the same as y'all's. I like to keep shit hidden.
no, I do love that scene though.
Got you rethinking it. You're like, fuck.
No, I have to say the scene with Peter Parker and Aunt May in the restaurant, whenever they're eating I guess it's sushi or Thai or something like that or whatever. Dude, like it shows that him and Aunt May actually like hang out.
Yeah.
And we've never really gotten that in any of the other Spider-Man iterations.
Well, who
It's
wants to
always-
hang out with them grandmas? and
Yeah.
Well,
shit,
yeah.
man?
I mean,
Well,
she's younger.
It's
in
like
this
we
one,
don't like
but
our grandmas
it's
or
like
something.
No,
Aunt
I
May is
don't.
such a
I'm just playing.
pivotal
Love you,
character in the Spider-Man lore. So,
Yeah.
like, to see him actually hang out with her outside of where they live, because with the exception of them going to the bank in the second
She's
one,
hip.
in all of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, she was always at home.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Garfield, she was always at home. So like this one, you get to they have a
Should
closer
be.
relationship.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
a
really
cool- it's-
enjoyed
Well-
how much they brought May into the picture in this movie.
Unless you're really hot, you should be in the kitchen. And here's the thing: as a woman, even then, you probably still should be in the kitchen. But they're at a restaurant, and we pay people to wash the dishes, so I can accept it here that they went out. But I don't really think they hang out. Come on.
What?
I'm just playing.
Oh
It's
my
all
God,
part
I
of
was
some
gonna say,
elaborate, terrible
their
joke.
Chemistry throughout the movie is like, do they probably hang out all the time?
Hated
for
it.
sure.
Favorite fight scene now? Action
Favorite
scene?
action scene?
Dude, I love just like Tobey Maguire on the train. I love
I thought he was about to say, I was like, wrong movie, bro. I got you.
Hey, let me keep going.
keep going. What you got?
I like the Tom Holland with the boat, and then Iron Man comes and actually like really saves the day.
That was
And then he gives him a stern talking
On
to
the
about
ferry?
that.
my favorite. scene
That
as well,
is
that boat
my
split in half.
yeah. That's my favorite.
that's like
action
when
scene.
he like webs his way through the middle and is trying to keep it together, and then it's like 98% complete.
Yeah, it's like
and it shows like the
99.9%.
one spot he
That
missed
just shows,
with the
like,
web.
how-
He's like, what? What do you mean?
How good Tony is. Like he would have got it 100%. If it said 98%, he would have fixed it. And then him just those things he sends, they're like, what, I don't even know.
Flyer mechanical majiggers.
They're like drones, but like are super powered, and they just push the boat back together, and he just like
welds
it real quick and just flies off. It's so dope.
Yep, that was my favorite scene.
my favorite scene as well.
What's
Rodney?
yours?
Favorite action scene? I'm gonna show love to the the Avengers, Spider-Man versus the
I did
Avengers.
really like that.
I
That was
especially
funny.
like how he made them like punch each other and shit a couple times, and then it also showed like how like acrobatic this Spider-Man is too. So like you got all the different Spider-Man in this one, but yeah, I mean the ferry scene is.
Yeah,
You know, it's the best
dope.
one, but I'm gonna show my love to the
That bank,
the
robbery.
bank heist scene. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Respect there.
Don't even ask. 'Cause
Tyler?
there's not. No.
No
Titties.
Aunt May. Oh, that would have been dope.
she's so hot.
Well, all right. This movie was filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, New York City, Washington D.C., and then
The Spider-Verse.
Germany, where they show the airport scene from Civil War
Interesting.
was in Germany, but it takes place in New York, so
Yeah.
pretty simple there.
Queens.
Nice. Best unimportant scene. Not really a scene, but something that could be unimportant to other people. But just having Donald Glover being in the movie,
Yeah.
because he was supposed to jokingly be Spider-Man at one point. They started like a campaign, a fan
Oh, really?
campaign
I
for
remember
him.
that now.
Yeah, I even made a
actually.
joke about it because he talks about a stand-up. He's like, and the internet went nuts. They're like, he's black, kill him! Like they were just going insane. Yeah, it was either like, oh yeah, Donald can be Spider-Man. He's nerdy. Yeah,
that's cool.
just to see him in a Spider-Man movie, especially after seeing him talk about that and remembering that, it's awesome to see him in this movie. So that's unimportant scenes, but revolving around that actor.
Childish
character,
Gambino was
rapper.
actually in this movie too.
Yeah, he was. Correct. Remember that story where they were two of my favorite people in the world, and I know they're the same person. That was a weird time for me. Yeah, that's best unimportant. What about dumbest or cringiest?
Cringe, Rodney?
Moment.
Anything?
Not that really stood out to me. There were some moments, I guess, that made me like, I mean, whatever, but like nothing like that made me like, oh, that shouldn't have been in this movie, or that was just fucking stupid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say no for that.
Nice.
Goose Tyler?
Yeah, this. I just,
Hang on, let me rephrase that.
Every time.
Are there any good goofs?
I just have this one isn't even that good. It's just one. The top of the Washington Monument is missing its lightning rod.
Oh, that's actually important. Without the lightning rod,
Yeah.
lightning strikes
Lightning
the building,
could strike that.
Exactly.
and it's next to
They
water.
took it
Yeah.
out of the movie.
Imagine the damage
not even
Thor
there.
could do there.
That's the
Good
one
Lord.
goof that I decided to
Brandon, deleted scenes?
goof suck.
None worthy, dude.
None?
Not a damn one of these deleted scenes were worthy. I'm
Or
trying
were
to
they just like
I-
little extensions.
Yeah, I told myself I'd remember, like, because usually and I did this. There's at least one more movie that none were worthy, and I remembered those. But since I watched this on Monday, I told myself I'd remember some of them. I think that's basically what it was. There was just like small extensions. They were just like, this is exactly why it shouldn't be in the movie. Oh yeah, there was like there was one of them. There was like an extended Peter Parker cut, director's cut is what they called it, where like he's in the beginning and he's showing like he's got the camera and he's on the flight with like Happy and shit. A bunch of shit like that. It's just like it just did not need to be in the movie. Yeah, there's a couple other ones, same vein, just extended. There might have been like one or two original scenes that were like, okay, yeah, that's just fucking fat that you could trim and leave on the cutting room floor every day of the week. I didn't get into any of these. I don't think any are worth talking about. Did the ending deliver though?
Yeah, it definitely delivered for me. I really enjoyed that whole plane sequence between, that was the word I was looking for, between Spider-Man and the Vulture.
I did like that.
And then, at the end when you find out who MJ really is when she says, my name's MJ or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ending definitely delivered for me.
I agree. I agree. I think it kind of delivered. It's about 70% is what I.
Yeah, I'm ish on it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was somewhere in between. It was all right. I didn't hate it. Love it. Seen better endings for.
I was literally gonna say I was 70-30 on it. So yeah,
I'm
Dude,
more like
we're on it,
60-40
dude. We're on the
probably.
budget. We're just freaking.
We're on each other.
So far,
Wait,
we're so
what?
good.
So we on to trivia? Okay.
Yeah, Trivial Pursuitus. Engage.
Well, let me. First trivia question. Tom Holland is the youngest actor to portray Peter Parker. How old was he, like in real life, playing Peter Parker?
In this movie, or when we first saw him in
In-
Civil War,
In, I guess, this movie.
18.
no.
I'm gonna go 25.
I'm saying 21. I think.
I was saying 23, but I was like, I might be
He
underselling.
was 19 years old.
Boom.
Damn.
How
Yeah, 'cause
old
he
was
looks
Tobey
so young.
Maguire?
When he first started,
27.
In the first
27.
Spider-Man.
That's
How
what
old
I was gonna
Tobey
say.
Maguire?
27.
I think he was actually 29.
I'm saying 27 because that's what popped in my head first.
25.
Yep.
Dude,
See?
How old was Andrew Garfield?
I'm close.
27.
Come on,
No,
20
he's younger.
28.
Okay, Andrew Garfield is 39 right
24.
now. So
Is he
20
what is it? 2022.
I say
21,
28.
20, 19, 18,
You
17,
can't do all these
16,
maths. He's
14,
cheating.
14.
He's cheating.
So
24.
30. He was 31.
26.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
That was my original
You
He
guess.
was
went-
the oldest Spider-Man.
That's the reason I went with 24. Is like I was like I had 25 for fucking what's his name I think, and then I was like I'm gonna do 25 again. I was like, well, I'm not gonna say the same thing, and then Maguire ended up being 25, and I was like, fuck, and I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll do it in between 25 or after
All
or
right.
before.
What is MJ's
Chose the
first
wrong
name
one.
in this movie?
Michelle.
Michelle Jane. No, I don't fucking know, dude. If it's fucking Mary, I hate my life right now. Isn't that something
You
different?
said Mary earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
Mary
always
It was
Jane.
Michelle.
you always think of it
Michelle,
as Mary
yeah.
Jane.
Good job,
Who
brother.
answers the winning question at the academic decathlon?
Michelle. MJ.
Yeah.
MJ.
It was
Yeah.
Michelle.
On it. What Lego
I-
model were Peter and Ned working on?
Death Star.
Death Star.
Yeah.
Rodney said, "Fuck y'all."
I know,
All-
dude. He got focus. It's the most he's ever been on.
Tomatoes, Rodney.
Yeah, dude, I don't like them at all. I
You-
mean,
you
I can
like
eat
ketchup?
ketchup all day long, but I
Salsa?
cannot eat tomatoes.
Salsa?
Salsa, I hate salsa.
What about? Well, yeah, you like the fucking spaghetti. You love,
I love
spaghetti.
spaghetti. I'm
You're
a
a
spaghetti
pasta
freak.
boy. It's
Yeah.
a pasta boy over
Yeah,
here, dude.
That's right, pasta.
Pasta
That has-
foreignism.
So, Spider-Man: Homecoming got a 92% critic score with an 87 audience,
Dude, yeah, this movie was off the charts with that shit. That had me so hyped when I saw how
Yeah.
high I got.
and then a 7.4 IMDb.
Nice.
What did you all give it? Anyone want to volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Guess is ready.
I'll go third.
Oh, we were doing that. I was so busy on that. I guess I'll go whatever's left.
This is one of those that went down for me, instead of up, and it used to be, honestly, in my head, it was a lot better than it was this time. But that's not saying that it's bad. So, I mean, I'm very happy with this movie. I give this an 8.1, but it's definitely lower than what it used to be.
God, had you an
I guess-
8.3.
I guess
Did you?
7-9.
Yeah.
Um,
right in between that.
So for me, this was always a movie I viewed as even keel for like an MCU movie, and it pretty much stayed there for me. I think it went up like a point, 1 or 2 points, and I'm right at an 8.
Damn it. Had you at 8.2. I'm 2
Oh,
points
shit,
off.
yeah, I
on
have
all
these
these.
written down too.
Fuck.
Tyler,
Oh, was he third?
Dude,
I
I
had
feel
him
the
for
same
8.3.
as you guys. Like,
I've been 2 off on both.
I used to think this movie was so dope, and on this watch, it just didn't hit as well as it did the first time, and I gave it a 7.8 actually.
I had you at an
I had a
8.5.
7.7.
I was way off on
7,
that.
8. Rodney,
I
what
thought
did
he
you
was
get?
gonna.
8.1.
I thought he was gonna cream all over the Spider-Man.
Dude,
crop.
I love Spider-Man. It's
All
just
right,
this
Brandon,
one just
bring us
didn't do it.
home.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious what y'all guess me on this one.
I'll tell you
I
in a second.
guess.
Wait,
Oh,
let him
okay.
say his.
I almost want y'all to guess.
All right, we got him written down.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
Explain
know.
it.
I gave this movie a 6.9 out of 10.
That's a lie.
No, it's not. 6.9 out of 10.
Wow.
This
Holy
movie
shit.
has always been really good to me, but like barely really good. 7.1. Anything 7 above is really good to me. This time it went down like a 0.1. The more I watch it, the more I'm just like, man, this is a solid movie. But I think it loses a point or two because you see how good they can do Spider-Man movies later as well. It just there's parts of this movie I love, being like a big Spider-Man fan, but there's other parts of me that I'm just like, this is just dragging in spots. It just isn't reaching the levels, and I'm always feeling like, damn, I really want to get to those other two Spider-Man movies when I'm watching it. It's just not on that level. And it's a good Marvel movie, but I don't like. I mean, you can give it really good, round it up, but it's not a great one to me. It's
I had
solid.
you at an 8.4.
Yeah,
I had him at an
I
8.6.
had you at 8.3.
yeah, I had a feeling.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Any additional points? Nothing.
Spider-Man.
Let's move on to Black Panther. I got a little plot line for you guys.
I just don't like the Vulture. I love Michael Keaton, but I don't like.
After the death of his father, T'Challa returns home to the African nation of Wakanda to take his rightful place as king. When a powerful enemy suddenly reappears, T'Challa, metal as king and as Black Panther, gets tested when he's drawn into a conflict that puts the fate of Wakanda and the entire world at risk. Faced with treachery and danger, the young king must rally his allies and release the full power of Black Panther to defeat his foes and secure the safety of his people.
As soon as I found out it was in Africa, I just wasn't feeling it. Just because of the plane, not racist.
Yeah, it came
No,
out in
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
2018,
All of it. I'm
and
kidding.
it's 2 hours and 14 minutes. 1 minute longer than Spider-Man Homecoming, and it shows.
Nice fact.
Whoa.
That
we're
was a joke. That was a
we're
joke.
doing Black. I thought we were doing Pink Panther with Steve Martin.
Budget.
Shit.
Anybody?
It's a color.
212.
The budget for Black Panther, I would say
300.
No way.
Doing
I would say 185.
Josh was 3 closer. It was 200 million. Worldwide gross.
1.3.
Dude, black people came out in droves to see this movie. You
Yeah.
hear me? You hear me?
I want to say 1.6.
There's more white people than black people in America, though, and that's where I at least was seeing the videos. Does this play a part? What did y'all say? 1.6?
Josh said 1.3. Rodney said 1.6.
Dude, I'm going 2.
Do you think it made $2 billion?
No, we're saying billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
It's 1 point.
Yeah, dude, 1 point. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go close to that. 1.8. Fuck it.
1.3.
Oh, shit.
I nailed it.
Yeah, good job.
Don't give yourself too much credit, Joe. It's like I literally.
Rodney? Main characters? Director?
So we got Ryan Coogler in the director's chair, who did my first viewing of his was Fruitvale Station, which is, we'll get into that later. It's amazing.
Phenomenal.
But,
Need to review it.
So yeah, Ryan Coogler's the director.
Amazing.
We got
director.
Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa,
R.I.P.
Black Panther.
R.I.P.,
R.I.P.
man.
He was sick, did have cancer
It's just
during
crazy
this
to
movie.
think.
Yes, and how fit he was and like healthy looking he was.
No one was.
Lupita Nyong'o, who I'm
Love
really
her.
enjoying her like career right now.
She's beautiful.
as Nakia. Denai Guerrera as Okoye.
Girl
Yeah,
from The Walking Dead.
yeah, I
Show.
love
Loved
Okoye.
her.
Daniel Kaluuya, dude, he's amazing.
I like how you just skip over the white guy.
No, I'm gonna go back to him.
Okay, so you went down the list
But-
and you're like, white dude, not important. in
Daniel
this one?
Kaluuya is, dude, he's really
Bilbo?
stepping up in the thing. What was that?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, Judas and the
Great.
Black.
Amazing that movie.
So good.
I think he made my he's in my
Uh,
top 10 performances last year with that.
We got Martin Freeman, who played Bilbo
Bilbo
in the Hobbit
Baggins.
movies. And we have Andy Serkis.
That's where I'd seen him before. I knew he looked
so you're
familiar.
saving the white
Also
people
from
for
Lord of the
last.
Rings.
I got you.
And then, of course, the main vein, the artery of this film, Michael B. Jordan
Really?
as
Really,
Killmonger.
Yeah, I could see that.
Rated PG-13.
Killmonger.
Any
I've been on record
awards,
of
noms? I know it's
Actually,
probably got something.
yes. It's the first Marvel movie to win an Oscar. and it won an Oscar for costume design, production
Definitely see
design, and music for the motion and music. So that's Oscars, which is amazing. BAFTA, it won Best Special Visual Effects, and then the SAG Awards, it won Outstanding Performance by a Cast,
True.
Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble,
Not true.
and yeah, that's it. So
That's it.
awards wise, this is the first
Yeah.
movie in the MCU that like really did some damage at the Oscars.
At the box awards
Yeah.
office.
It's kind of crazy, actually.
Nice. Favorite character. I'll just jump into this.
Hit us with it.
Killmonger. Yeah, I've always been on record of saying he's an overrated villain. I really
Same.
believe that. But I will say, I've also said he's a good villain. Just because you say overrated, people think immediately like, oh, so he sucks. It's like, no, it's just people like, I think he gets overrated because the rest of the Marvel Universe suffers from bad characters. So like when you get a bad character as villain, so when you get a decent one, people want to anoint him as king.
Hype it up more.
And and he's over here, and I'm over here like, is this your king? Really? Is this your king? Yeah. Anybody? No? Okay. Cool. Killmonger, though, this time. Did y'all really not get that?
What?
Was that
What'd
bad?
you
You
say?
got it.
Never mind. No, Rodney didn't. Killmonger this time, though, I will say I liked him more than I ever have before. Something about like his backstory and everything of like how he just got the shit into the stick and he was
Yeah.
coming for the fucking throne
I agree.
really resonated with me on this watch more than any other one. I still don't know if he's as great as people say he is, but I did underrate him. Like if I was rating him as a villain before, I thought he was like a 7 out of 10 villain. Now he's like 7.8, about to be great. Might even be great, bottom tier, but he isn't like Thanos level or anything, obviously. And some people, I've heard people like it's fucking 1A, 1B right here. And yeah, but he was great in this movie. Like upon rewatch for the 5th time, it clicked more for some fucking reason for me.
So I've always been on that train that he's overrated as well. And for me,
Yeah.
he starts out a lot better, and then it's almost like once he gets in the Panther suit, he falls off for me. I don't know why. You would almost think it'd be reversed, but for me personally, once he gets in that suit, he kind of falls off
Yeah.
a little bit. But my favorite character is Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman.
I agree
I
with
guess
Josh.
the
100%.
story arc got it for me. Really, Chadwick.
Also,
I think
I
he gets
love-
overshadowed as fuck.
I
in
also
this
love
movie.
the girl from The Walking Dead
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah, she kills.
The,
it.
like,
She's
the
fucking
like side
badass.
chick that just
Okoye's dope.
dude,
She's
she's
sick.
badass. She's perfect.
She needs
in that
more
role.
roles, dude. What
Yeah.
else is she popular in besides
What
those
is
two
she? She
things?
doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, but
the
if
money she's made off those.
yeah, but
she's
if you
set.
kill those two, you think you'd be getting more roles, unless that's some creative choice. But I feel
Rodney?
like I don't see her in anything.
favorite,
Yeah, always has been Killmonger
oh, still
until
is.
this
I was
watch.
gonna say,
No.
switch it up.
Did my point
Why
of
are you
views
pointing
get
at me?
through to people, and then now I reverse and kind of
No,
came
no,
around
it's
to
not
other
like that.
point of views?
It's not like that.
That'd be wild. It's like I was ready to come in here and be like, Brandon, you're right, and I was like, I was ready to come here and say y'all are right. What the fuck?
No, I
That'd been
still
wild.
highly enjoy Killmonger.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
great.
love Killmonger's character.
But Martin
But
Freeman,
this watch, I absolutely loved, and I could not stop thinking about it.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Klaus,
Klaus.
dude. Klaus or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude,
He's so good.
Yes,
That
he
was mine.
This movie,
was like
this
this.
watch, I was like, oh my god, like he was overshadowing everybody.
Yeah,
like,
he
I
was my
just-
original favorite
Yeah,
character.
dude,
It was close, but I had to give Killmonger love after all the times I said. he's
Yeah, I've been trying to get
overrated.
you on that train for so long, dude. Because
Yeah,
Killmonger's always been like my top villain tier with MCU.
Circus.
And he still is like to me top tier, but dude, you
Yeah.
He's so
I
good.
hear
Claw
you,
was
bro.
He
amazing.
killed it.
And I love
hear
Andy
ya.
Serkis as is.
Yeah,
so.
he's so good.
Yeah, he stole the show for me always in this movie. Chadwick Boseman surprises me though. So I think he's overshadowed as fuck.
He
in
is
this
though.
movie.
It's kind of unfortunate because you have names like Michael B. Jordan in here.
I just think he's just like average. Just like I much preferred him in fucking like Civil War and shit like that. Like
Yeah, he did have
he's
kind of
way
a character
better
change.
than that to me. But I feel to each their own.
Your all's favorite scene, not non-action scene.
Okay, baby. I love you.
What is everyone else doing?
I don't know. Where are they at? We're recording. Podcast. All right. Yeah. Favorite scene.
non-action
Do you have,
scene.
for me,
I've got
you could
two
say it's an
on
action
deck.
scene, but
Wow.
it's some that the jeweler scene, like when they go up in there.
Yeah.
It's not even just the action. It's just like the simple like ending. Like even like with Circus, dude, when he's like, let me tell you what, just like if you get,
You
he's
can
just,
go.
He's just like, but just promise
As
to
long
not
as you
tell
don't tell
anybody.
anybody.
Yeah, and he
Not the
shoots.
jewel, the like museum.
Yeah, I
the
just
little
said
heart
jeweler.
effects
See, I don't
museum.
know why I
So
said
that's one of mine.
Yeah, and when he
Yeah,
fucking
that was one of
when
mine
he
too,
hits him with
actually.
it, and he's also just like, why didn't you just kill him right here? It's like it's better to spread out the crime scene. Like it wasn't
Makes
so
us look
much.
like amateurs.
It wasn't so much the action in that scene. It was like all the stuff around it. So that's why I fitted in my favorite scene.
And
liked
I
all
love Michael B. Jordan when he's introduced there. Like I
Yeah.
think he kills it straight off the jump.
Yes.
as
Oh, yeah.
the villain.
He's menacing as
'Cause
fuck.
The girl says they're not for sale or something, and he's like, "Do you think your ancestors paid a fair
Yeah,
Yeah,
paid
price
for,
for
it,
these or whatever?"
basically.
He's like, "Damn, you're right. Like
Yeah.
they stole these too." But my favorite scene is aside from the action in the scene, but it's just the spectacle of that like waterfall with all
Dude.
the people standing on the side of it and all the colors and just the
It's great.
magnitude
Right,
of it.
yeah, it's
just fucking fascinating to like look at.
Yeah, Magnitude
I'll-
is one of my favorite
I'll-
characters too.
I'll jump on to basically what Josh says. The first scene when Black Panther flies into Wakanda
Mm-hmm.
and you see it, it's just so beautiful. And I think it competes with
Most
like how
Down.
beautiful Asgard was
Yo,
in
that's
Thor.
good.
Let's not go that
Whoa.
far.
Dude,
Asgard
it's
is
close.
by
No.
far the most
I
beautiful.
think it's
place.
close.
I was
Nothing
thinking
has
of
been
one.
able to touch it in the MCU.
Dude,
Completely
I
agreed.
think
when he
Wakanda
first
does.
flies in that scene, it's so big
No,
and it's
I
so
agree.
beautiful.
It's
It's amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
But it's no fucking Asgard.
I think it's right there.
It's
with it.
yeah.
All right, we'll have to compare the intro scene to
It's all
Asgard with
good.
the intro
We'll,
scene. Of
we'll
Black
release
Panther.
an hour
Well, you only
long
see
debate
Asgard
video
really
later on. Just
beautiful
kidding.
whenever they're doing that fight, and then Loki turns it or whatever, and they go in that little tunnel.
Oh.
I'm talking about the first Thor.
Rodney, what's your favorite
All
scene?
of it. When it's
Uh,
just the scope of it. the
Oh, yeah,
beautiful.
Asgard. Yeah, period.
Yeah, go
Period.
ahead.
All right, so favorite scene for me,
the bridge alone.
actually, what's oh shit,
What?
Actually,
Ramonda.
I don't know
It's
what that is.
Ramonda asking M'Baku for help. The Black Panther's mom.
Okay.
Whenever Black Panther's
Oh.
believed to
Where
be
you-
dead,
Ramama is
Yeah,
what you meant.
is it-
No, I'm saying mama
Ramonda.
because it's
Rose
his
mama.
mom. Jesus.
That's where you, or at least me, I kind of come around to M'Baku and I start to like.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
as a
and M'Baku's a
character.
great character.
Yeah.
But that scene like really showed like without T'Challa around, like M'Baku is that guy.
He's the-
and
Dude.
he didn't care that she was the queen of fucking Wakanda.
Gave no fucks.
He was like no. And then of course when T'Challa rose, you know, he was like, "We will not help you," you know, and it's like, damn, dude, you're sticking to it. Like that's, dude, props. But that whole scene just kind of, I just really,
You liked it. It was your favorite.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, it was my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah,
Okay. Which,
I would
which one was your
classify it as
favorite,
favorite
though?
scene.
Yeah, for sure. What about action sequence, guys?
I mean, mine follows my favorite scene. It's that first fight with M'Baku.
I agree with
Like the
Josh on
waterfall.
this one. That's mine
Really?
too.
I love that.
Yeah, it was a
opening
good
scene.
fight.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful and it was just such a good fight. With
Dude, this is tough. I almost want you to go because I have two that are like a toss
wanna
up.
go.
Yeah.
Definitely Killmonger versus Black Panther, the first fight. Let me make that
Yes.
loud and clear.
Yes.
The first fight on
I
the
think
waterfall.
that trumps the fuck out of what they're saying. Not
Dude,
to shit on y'all, but
absolutely.
like honestly, like I watch just. It's like badass fight, the waterfall, but like the emotion of it with everything going on.
There was so much
adds it.
more stakes to this one.
Yeah,
to this fight.
and that's where I said, "Is this your king?" Like
Yeah.
made that stupid joke. Like when he's saying that, everybody's just like shook. They're like, "God,
and you
I
really
guess
didn't know
not."
who was gonna win because you thought for a second Black Panther was getting fucked up, and you were like, "Oh, he's back," but then he's getting fucked up again, and it's like, dude, is
He like flipped a switch. He got
Yeah.
angry and was like, "Nah, motherfucker, this is my shit."
yeah,
that gets me hyped when he
I am
does
the
that,
Black
"Is this your
Panther
king?"
now.
Shit.
no, you're not.
But I threw the other one on there. I love the
Over
club
it.
fight. and then that led into the car chase.
That was, yeah, dude.
That
was
was-
Klaus.
Yeah, it's basically like one full scene. The whole club fight with that, and dude, there's like a music cue that kicks in the middle of it too. It's like what, like making this weird fucking. I can't even explain it or do it justice, but it goes hard as fuck. It's when Okoye is like beating the shit out of people, so fucking sick. Yeah, that whole fucking shit was dope.
Yeah,
All right, titties.
No, sorry.
Thinking like this, like I remember like when you're younger, you'd see like these old like African communities and shit, and their boobs would be out on live TV. I thought we might get some here. This was our best chance, but they do not run it like that apparently. No titties.
No.
Could have got National
Not that I
Geographic
see.
on them, but you missed a potential opportunity, Marvel.
Filming locations. This movie was pretty much all shot in Atlanta. There are some shots in South Africa and Uganda, but those were just like the wide-angle sweeping shots of like the people with the goats and shit, not
Yeah.
really them acting or whatever. So it's all filmed in Atlanta, but it takes place Oakland. We get that throwback to Oakland, Wakanda, Great Britain, and South Korea.
Nice, beautiful. Best unimportant scene. For some reason, there was so many close-ups of Claw or Andy Serkis' character. Isn't it Claw? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
For some reason, Tyler said something at first and
said
changed.
claws.
Yeah, then I was like, "Am I wrong?"
Plural.
Just in
Sorry.
case. I was like, and for some reason, there were so many close-up scenes of him where I just saw, being such a big Planet of the Apes fan, like I saw Caesar's face looking at me so many times where I was like, I got like chill. I'm like, fuck, it's Caesar right there. Fuck yeah. Like he was already a badass because it's Andy Serkis and he's a badass in general and the scene was badass and maybe he was in. But I'm like, and then like I'm seeing like glimpses of fucking Caesar and like the Planet of the Apes fan in me was like nerding out on that a little bit for some weird reason. But yeah. That was a weird, unimportant moment / scene that like did something for me that most people are probably like, I'm not even thinking about that. But that's why we have these
Yeah,
dumbest or
cringe,
cringiest
Rodney.
moments, dude.
Nah, the fight scene at the end.
On the train thing?
Yeah,
What
that
was
that-
cringe for you?
honestly just
Just
the
didn't
back
hit.
half of the movie
Wow.
for me. Yeah,
Mm,
I can't really say too much else, but
Okay.
you're gonna say it at the end.
yeah, I'll talk more about it. It was
All
cool.
right. Goose, Tyler? Any good goose? You don't have to read through a bunch of shitty
No,
ones.
I've already read through all the shitty goose.
And it's all of them.
At the 8-minute mark and onward, the beard of Chadwick Boseman changes lengths from take to take the whole movie. Crazy, right?
Interesting.
I love that. That was the best
Deleted
one.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, deleted scenes. Yes. How the fuck do you say Daniel Kaluuya's fucking name
Just
in
like
this
that?
movie? No.
Oh, Wakabi.
That's what I thought. Yeah, there's a scene where there's like exposition between Okoye and Makabe, and it's basically.
Is it? Go on.
Well, go ahead. What
I
were
was
you
just gonna
say?
say, is it the one where she's like my love and my king or my
No,
prince
like
or
she
whatever?
basically comes storming in and she's like letting Wakabi have it, just like how can you back this with Michael B. Jordan take it over, and he's just like, explaining it, and they're just having that like lovers quarrel type moment, and she's just like firing on all cylinders, like this was our king, this always was our king, like how can you just accept this like it's nothing? He's just like, I'm doing this for the greater good of Wakanda. I thought it was a scene that probably should have stayed in the movie. Like, it wasn't like, don't get me wrong, like when you're hearing this, it wasn't like some amazing dramatic piece, but it was like a cool scene of exposition between them two that was short-lived and, you know, fine to cut out of the movie, but also why would you? Like, it was a cool little moment between them. I thought it should have stayed in the movie. Ending. Did it deliver, though?
I say yeah. It did.
I say yes. I didn't like the last fight scene, but I love the last moment
Yeah.
that they had that made it come around to me. Like, I
Yeah.
love him, like, even saying, like, there's a chance we could still save you, like, that respect, and he's just like he's just telling him, nah. Like, I forget exactly what he says, but he lets out one last line, and he's just like a
Oh
G,
yeah,
just
leave him in
rips it out.
prison. Imprisonment.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
live out like that. That was like the way to go for him. It was, yeah, I thought it was great with that, but the end fight scene, I think they busted their nut too early, dog, with that original fight scene.
I think so too.
Couldn't match it.
Yeah, ending delivers. I'm fine with the ending fight scene. It wasn't spectacular or anything. It was okay with me. And then, like Brandon was saying, I love how Killmonger goes out. He's like, "No, don't save me.
Oh yeah, and
I'd rather die than be in prison."
Yes,
in chains.
I forgot. I loved his reaction too. As like hard as he went, like it was just built up on like this emotion of everything he had to go through in life. Like you got all this, I got nothing. But when he did get killed, like I love how he just was kind of like, it's like, hell of a move. Like he just like immediately like
accepted it.
Yeah, like something about that line, like it's a hell of a move. Like I love that. Like he just was. He was like, like there was that respect there, and you didn't see that from him because he's going full speed ahead. But you had this inkling of just like, man, this is literally just you understand his motivations, the emotions that he had to go through. But at the end of the day, there still was that little bit of person that like that was. It showed some humanity in him that I loved, and that's a big part of it too. I had to name that because it wasn't just the ending; it was that initial reaction to knowing he's done that I loved.
Rodney,
did the ending deliver?
I think the ending delivered. So from the minute Killmonger got stabbed,
Great.
on out was good. Or yeah, I would even say great. But leading up to it, it's hard. I'll say that it delivered ish because the lead up to the delivery was not good for me. So I think
I'm with you.
I give that like the ending wise, I would give like a I don't know 65% maybe.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
On to some trivia. So Black Panther is the first movie in the MCU to have its opening weekend domestic box office surpassed production cost. So the movie cost $200 to make.
That's cheap.
How much did it make that first Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
234.
This is opening weekend. I think it had 269.
I'm gonna go 300.
We made $202 million. It surpassed about $2 million.
Oh, we thought it was big, but
Dude, I'm telling you, I remember seeing the videos. There's black people dressing up like they were like legit.
they
like,
deserve it. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone else has been a white
like they
superhero
flew
and
in
they
from
finally got
Africa type shit. Like
Dude,
they
yeah.
was all about it, and I'm not dissing. Like I love it. It's fucking cool as shit.
Dude,
like,
I
the
thought
way
it was
they
dope.
backed that. I was just like, damn, dude, they going hard for this shit. I got like a weird jolt from that.
The fighting
cool.
in this film is based on an African martial arts. The filmmakers also cited
I actually didn't know
two
that. Makes
movies
sense,
as influences for the fighting style. Can you all guess the two movies?
no.
though. Only
What's
the strong.
I want to say the
I'll
Protector
give you a hint.
one.
Michael B. Jordan's in one of them.
Creed.
Creed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ryan Coogler too.
The other one, the third installation just came out recently.
John Wick.
No.
Third just came out in the last couple months.
Something 3.
Doesn't have a 3 in the name. The
What?
Kingsman films.
Oh,
I
wow.
can see that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that
Those
is.
two
Matthew
movies
Vaughn did a
influence the style
better
of.
camera work.
Love the Kingsman movies.
So this movie was actually released 2 years after Civil War.
I haven't watched it.
But when does this film actually take place?
like
Like how
two, though,
long
yeah,
after
big
Civil
fan.
War? In the MCU
This is
timeline.
crazy. It's a week, is what it is. It's a week after, but it's like
How'd they
It's a
get
week
here
after the
and
event.
how
But-
did this
Yeah,
all take
wow.
place and
Good
the way
one.
they were?
I don't. It makes me weird with
Question
the
it.
order of the films at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
should
split-
this be directly after Civil War? Because it's so close and
Probably, but I don't think it.
All the
you
movies
know.
in between it came out 3 days after.
what's the movies between? So,
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Black Widow,
Homecoming,
Spider-Man,
right?
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
well, it's not
Because
too
in
bad.
Civil War, it was awesome because Spider-Man got introduced, and so did Black Panther got introduced. So
Right, and Black
And
Widow literally takes place right after Civil War
Yeah.
because she's in the
Yeah.
The run.
that-
she's like
They're in like
on the
different
run.
Makes
places around the
All right,
world.
so yeah,
too.
never mind. Then we're good.
Yeah, shut
All
up, Rodney.
I'll shut up.
What's the tomato scores, Rodney?
Rotten Tomatoes gives Black Panther. I'm pretty sure this is the highest rated.
96, I believe.
96 critic,
Like 79.
79 audience, which is not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
And then IMDb gives it a 7.3.
Not allowed.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
All right, well, what do you all got for scores?
Shit.
I'll go first, dude. This is my second watch. I watched it as soon as it came out, and this watch was so much different because with the whole Chadwick,
Yeah,
thing
that's
going on, I wanted to love this movie so bad.
What was your initial thought of it the first time? Like, where were you sitting going into it?
Like
Did
rating
you hate
it,
like it? Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. But this time it just it didn't work at all. I gave it a 6.4.
I had you at a 7.
And I wanted to love it so bad. Like I was so hyped to rewatch this movie. It's just I guess I hyped it up too much in my head.
So I'm the opposite of Tyler. The first time I watched it, I was like, this movie's way overhyped, where I don't see what all the hype is around it. And then this watch.
This is your second watch?
Yeah, all the way through.
This is like my fourth
I've
watch.
seen it a couple times, but not front to back.
Yeah.
And this watch, I loved it way more than I did that first time. I'm giving it an 8.4.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I was like,
Had you an
I was
8.1?
thinking like 7.6.
Which one of y'all
I
want to go?
gave you a 6.
Talk into your mic.
I gave you a 6.6 for this.
Yep. Nope.
And Tyler, I gave an 8.9.
Dang.
All right,
You're
your all scores.
I'll go on and go. I didn't like this movie the first time I watched it. It just didn't really work for me, other than Killmonger.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like Chadwick as Black Panther.
It doesn't work
but
as good as I think he should in this movie.
this time around, not much different. So I couldn't stand Zuri, Forrest Whitaker, this time. Like I could not. I thought he was trying so hard, and it was like irritating me every time he would talk.
Yeah, I get it.
And then for some reason, what's his name? Wakabi, Daniel Kaluuya. He pissed me off watching this movie. Like, how can you turn on Wakanda so easily?
Yeah.
Like, he turned so quick. It was
Maybe
just
that
like,
little exposition they gave could have gave
when
you
you were
something with
talking
the
about that,
deleted
I was
scene.
thinking about that. I was like, maybe that would have changed. Honestly,
It
everything.
wasn't like crazy, but he gave
it
like a
gave
couple points.
insight to his like where he's coming from. He's just like, oh, okay, so
It's
he's
because he
here.
didn't agree with how T'Challa was running.
Yeah, but
Wakanda.
you're talking about throwing away your relationship with Okoye. You're throwing away your loyalty to Wakanda. You're throwing away your livelihood, everything,
Yeah. So
over a stranger that
and
brought
that's,
you a.
that's why I brought it in the deleted scenes, like that should, I named something that maybe should have been in the movie or something that should, I think it should have been in the movie.
That would have
because I
helped the
agree
case.
with that, because it was nice to see that exposition between them two and to like have a moment there, just to, like at least hear somewhat of his side and to like just get a feel for what's going on, and rather than just like blindly being like, okay, yeah, he don't like it and that's it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
There was a lot of things I didn't really agree with in this movie. Now, the fight scenes at the beginning with M'Baku and Killmonger, those were great, but the ending of the movie just felt like it kept downhill and it's like snowballing for me.
Dang.
Yeah, I think
hating on this
originally for me it was like a 5 or something like that, but this time I mean I'll give it a 6.5 on this go
Jesus
around.
Christ, we're
Yeah,
gonna be
1 point
canceled.
more than me. I said you were
I had
at
an
8.2.
8.1.
Really,
I had
I did
8.2.
an
I thought you would
8.5.
have appreciated this movie.
Yeah.
I appreciate what the movie is, but I don't know. It's something.
We're on the
You're
same
just
page.
not down with the culture, man.
No, some of the CGI is real sketchy in this too. So
Some of them, yeah,
so
the Panthers
sketchy.
in that tree
Yeah.
were not very good. Okay,
You're-
Brandon, bring us home.
Right now, where you're at is the wavelength I've been on since I've seen this movie. I've seen it 3 other times. All 3 times I was at a 6.5. Like on the money. I'm like, maybe I like it more. I'm like, nope, still like barely good. And I might be being generous because of the spectacle of everything. But this time around, it went up like 3 points. No, I'm just playing. I put it at a 6.9 because I enjoyed Killmonger more. I got more into like his motivations and like why he was here and his reactions and all that shit. it made me enjoy the movie more for whatever reason. Of course, you're looking at it with a critical eye. Maybe you'll like the movie more or less. I did enjoy it more for sure. And I gave it that 6.9, but the more we talk about it, I'm like, do I want to give it a 7? Do I want to give it a 7? And you know what? I'm going to give it a 6.9 still. Fuck it. I got to keep it real. 6.9.
The fucking six.
I know,
We're getting
and-
canceled.
Yeah.
I guess a 7.2 for you.
For Brandon, I guess
I guess like an 8.2.
7.5.
I thought he was like, I guess a 9.5. You love black people.
Any
Like,
other
this is up
additional
your alley.
points?
Yeah.
No. Moving on to
I
Doctor
think that's about
Strange.
enough of that. Jesus. No, it's
Doctor
fine.
Strange
Good shit,
plot.
dude, though.
Dr. Stephen Strange's
deal.
life changes after a car accident robs him of the use of his hands. When traditional medicine fails him, he looks for healing and hope in a mysterious enclave. He quickly learns that the enclave is at the front line of a battle against unseen dark forces bent on destroying reality. Before long, Strange is forced to choose between his life of fortune and status or leave it all behind to defend the world as the most powerful sorcerer in existence.
Yeah, man.
Dun, dun, dun.
This movie came out in 2016 at an hour and 55 minutes.
One of the shorter MCU movies.
What's you want to guess the budget?
Yeah.
Like it's
185.
165.
175.
165.
Are you serious?
Yeah, sort of.
Nailed it. Are you serious?
How much did it gross?
This wasn't a big one. I want to say
720.
630.
625. Since he just nailed it.
677.
Oh, bastard.
You're 47 million off, but still
Not a
close.
big deal.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're up, bro.
All right. So, interesting director choice for this, Scott Derrickson, who did the movie Sinister, which was incredible.
Dude, so scary.
So scary.
Sucks. Just kidding.
But the cast, though, you got Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, which I was kind of against at first. I didn't like that casting because I didn't think he had any kind of look like Doctor Strange at all. All they had to do is put that goatee on.
Dude, I
and
can't
it-
picture anyone else.
Yeah,
now.
that's it.
He looks like a cat without the goatee.
He looks
He
weird.
kind of
without-
does look like a cat.
He
Like,
legitimately looks
like
like
one
a
of them
cat. Watch it
shaved
again if you don't
cats.
believe it. Yeah,
Like
he
hairless
looks like a
cats.
fucking cat. What is that? Like a What is it?
Siamese.
That's what I was thinking.
Something like that.
He looks exactly like a cat.
You got Benedict Wong, a new character playing Wong, who I
Love him.
I love Wong.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a second.
You also
Uh,
love Wang. Aw.
Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer. That was an
Love
interesting
her.
choice.
Love her, dude.
Yeah,
She's so
great choice.
beautiful.
Top tenner.
No,
Winner chicken
dude,
dinner.
she's
in
so
beautiful
good.
category.
Mickelson as Caecilius.
That is cool.
That is so. Dude,
Yeah.
that's incredible. I love Mads Mikkelsen.
He was great.
Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. I hated that casting. I hated it at first because the Ancient One was a male. It
Love
was a guy.
Tilda Swinton. And we've seen
She
her play a
kills
man
it.
before,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, what's it? The Bob
Suspiria.
She played Bob Dylan too.
Man, Suspiria.
She was gonna play Pennywise.
Dude,
That'd been crazy.
Tilda is one of
Dude,
the
she's-
greats.
yeah.
Dude.
She's
amazing.
Her range
one of
is
my favorite
unbelievable.
actresses.
You know, it's like you can't compete with it.
Kills
But
it.
then we also get Chiwetel Ejiofor playing Mordo. Dude, that was such a perfect casting for Mordo.
Yeah, he's legit.
But
You just gonna skip over Scott Atkins?
and Scott Scott Atkins as his name's
henchman?
Lucian.
He's like
but-
the main.
It's like one of the
henchman.
henchmen.
Yeah, like the astral project fight scene.
Yeah, that was dope.
But
Any awards noms? Probably not.
he got nominated for one Oscar, which I'm assuming, best achievement in visual effects,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
That's usually the thing. I love the visual effects.
Who was your all's favorite character?
Mm.
I'm gonna say the Ancient One. Tilda
Really?
Swinton is the Ancient One.
And
I
you
was
hated
not
her
a
at
huge fan
first.
of her.
Yeah,
Really?
I did not want her to be that at all. But it
See, I
did.
love the casting of her, but then I didn't like her character.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I thought hers, the Ancient One, was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So I really like two, I guess you'd say, like side characters. Wong, fucking loved him every time he was on the screen.
Yeah.
And then Rachel McAdams as Dr. Palmer. Fucking loved her.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did a really
She
good
killed
job.
I guess to be different, I'll just say Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor
Mhm.
Strange.
If you weren't going to be different, who were you agreeing with?
You 100%. I also like Mad Mikkelsen, but Wong and I love
Dr.
Rachel
Palmer.
McAdams, and like she can do no wrong in my book.
Yeah, this isn't taken away from Mads Mikkelsen playing Caecilius, because he did amazing.
Yeah, not
He's
at
good.
all. It's just there's
about you?
every character.
Scott Adkins. No. I actually happen to love the Ancient One as well.
No shit.
There
I'm
we
there
go.
with you on that. Yeah, she was my standout character. She
Hell yeah.
killed it.
It was her tone. It's the way she
nailed
talked.
it. I
was-
can't think of anybody else playing that role, dude.
No,
She just
which is so
nailed it.
weird.
She
It's so
nailed
crazy.
it. She was so good. I loved her. I love Tilda Swinton, though. I
Yes.
got a bias for her, dude. Love her. She killed it. Love that. Favorite scene?
For me, it's going to be
Easy one for me.
not speaking really in action. It's going to be when he's first introduced, I guess you would say, to like the powers that are out there. Like when she
The
hits
astral
him
body.
and like he comes out of his body, and then she sends him into that like other
Mount
the
Everest.
mirror world or
some shit.
whatever.
Yeah, like
And he's like spinning, and he comes back. He's like, "What'd you put in my tea?" I love that whole like his introduction into what kind of powers are really out there.
What
Yeah.
can happen? Remember, dude, don't trust anything you've known prior.
This is I don't know why this is my favorite scene, but whenever he wakes up from after the car wreck and he looks at his hands and like just the dread going through
Realization.
the dread and the panic going through his body because
Yeah,
he
it
knows
was so
that's
weird he had dreads
how he
in that
makes a
scene.
living, and he thinks he could have fixed
The
them better
pain.
than what they were, and they're like, no, they were pretty messed up, and just the whole devastation of him realizing that, I thought that was
Mhm.
powerful.
I'll hit you with one. Ancient One talking to Strange on the balcony was definitely my favorite scene.
When they were both out of their bodies or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was trying to reel her back in, and she was just staring off into the distance, like you see all this? I know what all this is. And he's just
She can
she's
control
just-
time and everything.
Yeah, she's
It's
just like, I don't know what that is on the other side. And then it was like such a perfect segue where he's like, she's telling him he needs to be ready to like step up, and he's just like, I'm not ready. And she's like, we never really are we? We're never ready. And she's like looking up, and she's like, I'm about to go right now, and even I'm not ready. I always thought I would be. Like, it was such a well acted like moment and great scene. I love that scene. Yeah, great send off for the Ancient One. Then when it cuts back and she's just flat, it's so good. That's my favorite scene, bar none.
Rodney?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him walking up the stairs at the end after like everything has been said and done, and it's got like this little music, like this little beat going that I fucking absolutely love. But he's walking up the steps with his cape, and you can see the symbol of the what's it called? The place that I forgot the name of it. Taj
Mahal. What is it? Not
The Taj Mahal.
no,
I don't know, but
Karma-
the
that,
Karmitage.
yeah, because the whole time I was thinking that same thing. I was like, it sounds like Taj Mahal.
Yeah, but him walking up the steps like that with the red cape behind him, like it just the
Boss
scene looks so
status.
fucking good. And it's Doctor. He's always been one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Really?
Yeah, he's a master of the mystic arts, bro. Like and plus he is one of the greatest villains of all time to go against him. Nightmare. Nightmare's an awesome villain.
That's a nightmare to go against for sure. Favorite action sequence. I'll just go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna choose Atkins versus Strange, dude.
Which one?
The fucking fight where Rachel McAdams is
So
fucking,
the astral projector fight.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
Then,
as well.
and they fucking like. Part of me doesn't like it because it doesn't. You don't get to see Atkins like full capabilities, and I wish they were on display. But it's also kind of cool for an MCU fight, and then you at least do get the one patented like Atkins kick where he does that spin a fucking Rooney and lays out Strange, which in that moment I'm like, yes, that's in an MCU movie. Fuck yeah. So yeah, I'll go with that one.
That's my favorite action scene as well.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Mine is like the final one when they reverse time.
Yeah.
And you just see everything happen, and
I don't
then
think there's
everything.
that many good scenes.
Like
action scenes,
there's
Okay,
so many good special effects. Like every
agreed
fight scene's
there.
amazing.
Yeah, we just
I've got. I'll do the two. I've got two, and neither of them you all mentioned. But the first mirror dimension fight scene, the opening of the movie, basically.
Yeah.
The first mirror dimension fight scene.
That was the one that I would have chose, but being the Atkins fan I am,
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
feel
I gotta
that.
do this.
But
Yeah.
like when Ancient One is just standing there and she lights up that fucking fan blade thing,
Mhm.
magic behind her, and then the second one with the Ancient One where she, what happens, but she's fighting Mads and his henchmen or whatever at that time. I'm just like, dude,
It's crazy.
and out of the whole movie, it's such a small, detailed little scene or whatever. But whenever he Caecilius hits her with like that wavy shit,
yeah,
and then she goes back, but the way
Reverses
she comes in
it.
and counters it. Yo, like,
that
jump
was
out of my
dope.
couch type shit dude, when I see that.
like, let's go.
Yeah,
Miss
that was
Ancient
dope.
One. Yeah, she is a beast.
Tyler?
No, there's no boobs or butts.
What?
I really want to see the Ancient One's boobs.
Did we not get the unrated cut?
No.
So this movie is filmed in Nepal, England, Hong Kong, and New York. And it takes place in Nepal, Hong Kong, and New York. Like they filmed on scene
That's dope.
for everything, which I thought was really cool.
That is cool.
That would have been good for trivia.
Hell yeah.
I got some trivia for you.
Best unimportant scene, more of a thing and a person. Yeah, what I kind of touched on. Scott Adkins just being an MCU movie that tickles my fancy, if you will. Might not be that cool. Most people are like, I don't even know who that guy is. Or like, they've seen Scott Adkins movies. I don't even pick him out of the bunch. Yeah, having him in an MCU movie, that is important to me. May not be that important to other people. It was cool to see him get that shine, even if he was in the background, because he was playing that like tough guy, not talk a lot, but don't fuck with me character. He can do a little more than that. But yeah, he was solid for what he was given, I guess.
Rodney, cringy
Cringe.
moments.
Tyler Goofs.
Yeah.
No, you don't have any? Really?
I mean, not.
I was joking. I thought you were gonna say something,
I don't think I do. I think there might have been one,
but you can't remember it.
but it was like
Minor.
it was minor. But I was gonna mention it. I done forgot.
All right,
I'm
Tyler.
done for now.
Dude, Dr. Parker's nails are painted dark blue.
Beautiful.
Painted nails are strongly discouraged for hospital workers.
What the hell? How could they do that?
That's
Brandon,
dude,
you need
that
deleted
was the-
scenes.
I hate doing
Yes,
Goofs,
dude. There was some fucking two really good deleted scenes in this. I thought with Mads Mikkelsen in particular. How do you say his fucking name again?
Fad.
Mickelson?
No, Mads Mikkelsen. How do you say his?
Caecilius?
Caecilius. There you go. He was fucking people up in these deleted scenes.
Really?
There was like a priest. He went up to him and fucked him up in the middle of a church.
No
That's
shit.
what you get for those kids.
Yeah, like he fucked him up, dude.
I'm
Like,
vengeance.
I mean, there was a little bit of blood in there too when he did it.
That's
I
interesting.
was like, oh shit, that'd have been cool
I
when
need
they
to
cut
check out
that
the
because it's
deleted
blood.
scenes then.
And then there's another scene where they're kind of like getting that fucking symbol on their head and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it shows that happening, and Mads Mikkelsen fucks a dude up to do that. And I'm just like, damn, dog. Like, both of these scenes probably should have been in the movie.
They were probably too dark.
And then there was one guy that didn't get the symbol, and they all like looked at him. And if I remember correctly, I think they killed him too. Like I was like, damn, dog, what's this murder? I was like, and it made me like the villain more. I'm like, damn, Mads Mikkelsen's fucking people up. I dig that. Did the ending deliver? I'm gonna kind of start on this hookah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it delivered for me. I think it was a very unique way that they defeat the enemy, essentially at the end, which
Yeah.
I really kind of dug.
Very different.
He defeated him by making him bored of winning, essentially.
Yeah, he
Dormammu
like
was like, I can't continue.
I don't
so
think
kill you."
that's what
It
it
was a
was. I think it
brain
was the
fight.
fact that Strange was in control, and Dormammu knew that, and him
Yes,
knowing
but
that.
but essentially it was he continues to win.
Right.
Like, I'm just spinning it of what they were
Okay,
really
yeah.
meaning, but like you're going to continue to defeat me till you can't defeat me.
It was a
anymore,
battle of
essentially,
brains and
which
wit.
was
Yes.
very unique.
Not-
I did not see it coming that way,
I didn't either.
which I really enjoyed. So yeah, ending delivered for me.
Yeah, I agree with Josh and Rodney, and
Also,
hopefully Brandon
I love the
agrees.
look of Dormammu. Like the way his face was like rippling in.
Yeah.
And if I saw this on acid, dude, holy shit.
Yeah,
I'd have
man.
been tripping.
Dude,
Yeah, my
there's
first
people
viewing of
probably
this
done
movie, I
that.
was on acid,
Oh, yeah.
and it was fucking crazy, dude.
Did you do it on purpose? Like
Yes.
you knew like this is a movie you gotta watch on
My
acid?
parents have a movie theater.
Oh, you
in the
saw it in your
basement.
parents' movie?
Yeah.
That's way
Yeah.
better than being
Going
out
to
in
the
public.
theater.
And yeah, so me and my buddy got some acid. Won't name any names. And I was
Me?
like, "Yo, we have to watch Doctor Strange." And dude, I knew it was gonna be trippy, but I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, dude, right off the rip,
How
too.
tri-
It's
dude,
just
I,
like,
I peaked during the movie and had to stop and smoke a cigarette because it was too much. And it was the scene where she's showing him everything when
Oh,
he's like
yeah.
got the hands on hands on hands and
Oh,
shit
that
like that.
that trips me out
Yeah.
sober.
Like my head's like I feel like doing this number the whole time, dude. And of course the visuals, and I've got tracers as is. So,
yeah.
dude, it was an incredible experience.
But yeah, just Dormammu's like face, the way it was like rippling in.
Yeah,
I love the look of him. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
I 100% think this ending landed, and I agree with you, which is crazy because the first time I watched it, I didn't like Dormammu's face, although acid probably had a lot to do with that.
Probably scared
but
you.
I didn't really like Dormammu's face. I thought it was kind of, it's weird to say, but lazy almost. Like they couldn't really come up with a character, so they just came up with a big bobbly head, you know. But yeah, I think this time, yeah, it's definitely it delivered. Amazon Prime style. You know what I'm sizzling?
Tyler?
Yeah, I agree with, as I said, I agree with both you guys. I definitely think it delivered.
Did you think it delivered, Brandon?
Yes.
Brandon
He said
thinks
yes.
it delivered too. On to some trivia. So Marvel's films, they became increasingly more popular as the MCU continued on, and Rachel McAdams really wanted to be in an MCU film. Unknowing to her, she was the first choice to play Dr. Palmer. But she had previously declined to be in an MCU movie. What movie did she decline to be in, and who was she going to play?
She was
Captain
going to play
Marvel.
Hawkeye's wife.
Thor.
Hawkeye's wife.
She declined to be an Iron Man and
Oh,
play
Black
Pepper
Widow.
Potts,
Wow.
What? Pepper
which I would have
Potts?
loved to seen her. As
Dude, yeah.
'Cause I love Rachel.
That would have been a
McAdams.
very different Pepper Potts.
I don't like when Paltrow like posts when she got older.
But yeah, she
Dang.
declined to be in that movie.
What? I can't do it.
Benedict Cumberbatch was the first choice to play Stephen Strange,
Nice.
but he initially declined due to his theater commitment of playing William Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Wow.
When shooting for this was pushed back, he was able to accept the role. Who was the studio's second choice to play Stephen Strange?
I've read this before. And I'm going to tell
Pretty
you right
sure
now,
we all love this actor.
I cannot remember.
Who's gonna play him?
Jake
If it
Gyllenhaal.
wasn't Benedict Cumberbatch.
God, I don't think it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Who was going to play Stephen Strange?
Oh, my goodness.
Is he popular?
Yes. I'm pretty sure we all really like this actor.
Robert Downey Jr.
Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Wow.
I can't remember.
Robert Pattinson.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Damn.
But Joaquin turned down the role because he didn't like the idea of signing on for a
Sequels.
multi-picture
Yeah.
thing.
Sounds like Joaquin.
But yet he's doing Joker too.
Last question.
Bastard.
This is the fourth film in which Rachel McAdams plays a love interest to a man who can travel through or otherwise manipulate time. Name the other three.
Tom Traveler's wife.
That's one.
That's one, came out in 2009.
And then
Hot chick.
We got one coming out in 2011
Yeah, dude, that's a
and
good one.
2013.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I just watched it like a month or two ago too. It's It's her and Gleason, Donald Gleason's.
I can't think of it.
Oh my! Time. Fuck. Time is in the title. It's
Come on, it's about time you
Time's
named
up.
this.
about time. Damn it! Yeah.
About Time was 2013. We got a 2011 release.
Dude, I don't know.
Southpaw.
It is almost midnight right now.
Is it?
Cinderella.
Midnight in Paris. Little fact: in none of these 4 movies does McAdams' character herself get to participate in time travel.
Poor girl.
That's because she's timeless.
That's it for trivia. Rodney, what you got on them tomato scores?
I can
Rotten
fucking marry her after that.
Tomatoes. I was surprised with these scores when I first saw them. 89% critic and 86% audience for Rotten Tomatoes. And IMDb with a 7.5. Seems like IMDb is staying with the 7s in the
There
MCU.
seems like
Yeah.
they're
Is that the new picture from Mortal Kombat?
Yep.
So I'll give my score first, I
Sub-Zero.
guess. This again was a movie I always thought was overrated, and I was always a lot lower on than everyone else. This watch, though, was my favorite viewing, as most of these have been. Really enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 7.9.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Tyler was going to get it, not you. I just wrote it wrong.
I gave you a
guessed that right.
6.2.
Damn.
Who's next? Score.
I'll go. This was my first full watch. I watched it years ago, and I just couldn't get past the first 30 minutes because I was just like, God, get over your
Now your favorite
Get over
scenes
your
in the
hands.
first 30 minutes.
Like, I'm pretty sure you can retire and live a pretty good life, you know, with all the money he's made. But then this watch completely, I fell in love with it. And I fell in love with how serious he took learning about all this stuff. Like, there's a scene where he's asleep, but his astral body's up and, like, reading the charms or freaking the
Spells.
magic tricks or whatever spells.
Magic
I give this an 8.4. I love this movie.
Hell yeah.
Had you at a
At a
7.9,
7.7.
like I said.
I had you at a
Yeah.
7.3.
And I didn't think I would like this movie, but
All right.
because I love it, dude.
This is one that changed for me as well. I always gave this movie, you know, like kind of like flack in a way. Not really flack, but I was like, this movie's overrated too. I thought that. It was like I don't really dislike any Marvel film. There's quite a few that people are like, good God, you rate it that low? It's like, yeah, I still like it. But it's hard to dislike the spectacle that these movies put on in some way. But I used to have it like a 6.7, 6.8. This one leaped a lot higher. This is a 8.3 out of 10 to me now.
7.5.
And I actually don't agree with a lot of y'all in terms of like action sequences. I like them, but I didn't really like overly get into them.
Well,
But
when
we're
you're
really-
probably talking about like the fighting, we're
I'm
just
talking
talking about
I'm talking
this-
action sequences. But the visuals and the
Yeah.
world building and the way they bent the world and turned it around like really stuck out to me more here. And one thing I got to give this movie that I don't know if anybody else is going to say, the acting. This is one of the best, most well-acted Marvel movies, bar none. Like, not even close. Like, the acting across the board was fucking amazing. And most Marvel movies, even when there's good actors, they just kind of phone it in. It's a Marvel movie. There was legitimate moments that were sad, and moments that didn't even need to be acted that well. It just, with Cumberbatch in there and everybody, like, the performances were a lot better than your average Marvel movie. And that raised it up a lot for me. I actually bumped it up 2.2 more points. I had an 8.1. I'm like, damn it. God, it's an 8.3. I'm doing it.
Rodney, bring us home.
Yeah. Grand Slam. This motherfucker's a 9.2 for me. And let me tell you why. And let me tell you why.
Acid.
First of all, well,
Fuck.
that,
I had him at a 9.0.
but
8.5.
this has always been a top tier for me.
I've been
Always
0.2
Doctor
off
Strange
of, like,
because
everybody, it
I've
feels
seen
like.
it more times than just that time on acid. But I've always loved this
Other
movie.
subsequent times on acid as well.
Brandon kind of hits a big nail on the head for me with the acting in this.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
it
acting
is.
in this movie is like it's top tier Marvel. There's like only a couple movies better acting wise.
If. Like, I mean, I got to think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this movie is just like And the biggest thing for me though is every Marvel movie comes out, we're promised something new, something different, something game changing. We never really get that other than, like the Avengers movies or
a certain
Doctor
couple.
Strange. Nobody's seen anything like this before. This movie came out and it's just like, what are we watching right now? This is like purely a comic book movie.
Yeah.
And it's just so enjoyable to watch, and it's dark, but it's light at the same time. It's got its funny moments. We didn't really even talk about Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordo. I think he, his character development going from, a disciple of the Ancient One to, I'll help you with everything that's going on. And then at the end to be like, look,
I'm out.
like this can't be, you can't fuck with time and shit like that. It's against the rules. Like, I'm going to stop all this wizardry shit from happening pretty much.
Yeah.
But,
The next villain.
this is a 9.2 for me.
That's crazy.
Anybody got additional points?
No.
I got something. I want to say real quick, and it's the reason the other times I've watched it, my score was so low. This time I was able to get over it a little more. But my biggest problem with the movie is, I guess just to sum it up in a few words, is the believability of how quickly Doctor Strange becomes this master sorcerer. Like
I can understand
training
The
montage
chosen
or
one.
whatever. I wasn't buying it, and then all of a sudden he's fighting whatever Matt Mikkelsen's character, this
that.
great
Colossus.
sorcerer, and he's on par with him
Yeah.
in the fight scene. Like, I just didn't buy the character development, I guess, in that short instance of him becoming this master sorcerer. But
Yeah.
that's the one thing that took me out of these other times. I was able to look over it a little better this time, and that's why I raised my score. But that's my biggest flaw with this movie.
That makes sense. But like I said, like he was reading those
Oh, it's on
spells
his
when he was
chest. I
asleep,
was
and
like,
he
he's
was
not even
stealing
holding his
forbidden
mic.
books from Wong. So I mean, I feel like he was just learning 24/7, but he shouldn't have been at the level he.
Well, see,
got
that's the thing. The beauty of Doctor Strange, though, is because if you in the movie, like early on, he's like, I've got this photographic memory.
Yeah, he does.
That's why I was able to get my PhD and my
Matt or
whatever
yeah.
else at the same time. So
He's like a chosen
he doesn't
one.
have to be like experienced in fighting or anything like that. He can remember all
Yeah.
the spells he has seen.
Yeah, he's
and he
a pretty
can do,
smart guy.
Yeah, what needs to be done. But granted, though, he is still like new to the whole
Yeah.
deal,
Yeah.
so it does make sense where you're coming from.
There's
where you're
just
saying-
something about his character though that it doesn't like. There's times in movies when that happens and it feels like wrong or forced. But there's something about this one. There is like a chosen one type vibe where it just feels like he was born to take the mantle and he just didn't know it yet. So it works for me for that reason, I guess. I don't know if any of y'all got that vibe, but yeah.
All right, on to Thor Ragnarok.
Let's do it.
A little bit of plot for you.
We should fuck with Rodney and like when he comes back in, just like, so
Scores.
what's everyone's personal scores on this one?
So Thor Ragnarok, imprisoned on the other side of the universe, the mighty Thor finds himself in a deadly gladiatorial, is that a word? Gladiatorial contest that pits him against the Hulk, his former ally and fellow Avenger. Thor's quest for survival leads him in a race against time to prevent the all-powerful Hela from destroying his home world against the Asgardian and the Asgardian civilization.
Hit him with it.
Yeah, this movie came out in 2017.
Liar. Just kidding.
It's 2 hours 10 minutes. Excuse
Drop
me.
that beat. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes and some music with it.
Wham.
Damn, dude, we might get fucking flagged for that too. That's all it takes
No,
is they
it
hear a song. They think,
The budget. Anyone? Estimated budget?
212.
I was gonna say 200.
195 million.
180. Worldwide gross.
870 million.
I was gonna say
720.
700.
$853 billion.
No, billion.
Rodney,
Avatar who?
who you got in this movie?
Thor Ragnarok. Taika Waititi. I'm just kidding. Taika Waititi. I think. Waititi or... Yeah, so... Excellent director, by the way. If y'all haven't seen that
One
oh
movie.
my god, I'm going on blank. Anyway, Chris Hemsworth is Thor, naturally. Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Mark Ruffalo is Bruce Banner, Hulk in this movie. Idris Elba as Heimdall. Jeff Goldblum as the Grand Master.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome, and he was a very good character. Who Grand Master is also the brother to Timur the Collector in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, they have the same kind of vibe going to.
Tessa Thompson is Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Dug that.
Carl Urban is Scourge.
I love Carl Urban.
You get a little bit of Benedict Cumberbatch as Strange. Anthony Hopkins as Odin. Taika Waititi playing Korg, which everybody loves Korg.
Oh, the voice, yeah.
And then, of course, Clancy Brown as Surtur. I thought that was amazing. But then you get Kate Blanchett as Hela. And
Hella dope.
bringing in, like, Academy Award-winning people, you know, to all these movies is just unreal. Like, all these big-time actors and actresses joining the MCU, but yet all these big-time directors are all like, fuck the MCU.
Yeah, their butt hurt.
It's crazy.
Yeah, their butts hurt for sure.
Awards-wise, nothing.
Who's y'all's favorite character?
Hela.
Really?
Kate Blanchett as Hela. I thought, yes, dude, she
Of course.
fucking, dude. Yes, 100%.
I didn't like her.
Really?
I didn't
love
really
her
like
as
her
a
that
character,
much,
but
yeah.
not in. I don't know. Just didn't vibe with me.
I'll say Thor. This Thor's different than the first two movies. Thor.
Yeah.
This Thor, you know, he's strong-willed and has a lot of comic relief in this movie.
That's something.
This is Taika's Thor.
Plus the haircut. I'm digging the haircut Thor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
definitely cuter.
by far
sure.
my favorite Thor. By far. But I love Korg. How
Yeah.
you say his name?
Korg is hilarious.
And I do want to say Jeff Goldblum fucking kills it.
That's what I was gonna
He was
say.
perfect for that
Grandmaster.
role.
I had
Yes.
Thor, but I wanted to wait to see if somebody else said it. Yeah, I'll give him his flowers, if you will. Favorite scene? For me, just Thor and Loki's like last little moment together was probably my favorite scene. I like them
Yeah.
kind of embracing each other, and Thor like throws something at him, like if you're even here, and then he catches it. It's just like, man, all right, come around. I felt that moment. I like that.
My favorite scene was the beginning with Thor and Doctor Strange.
Oh, that one.
Their whole like
His beard keeps
conversation and
filling
stuff. Yeah, his beard. He keeps like taking them through all the like different
That was good.
Mhm.
things,
Right.
and then he like grabs his for the umbrella, which is the
Yeah.
hammer, and it just crashes through all the
And they can just
artifacts.
hear
of
it.
Sorry.
And then
Shakes off the glass.
and then Loki falls through, and he's like, "I've been falling for 30 minutes."
I will kill
Like
you.
that's such a good
Yeah,
scene.
I love that.
love it.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah, so Odin's passing leading up to Hela's intro. I thought the whole scene with Loki, Thor, and Odin, absolutely beautiful, emotional as fuck. And then Hela right afterwards,
Bam.
shattering Mjolnir.
I know you're
I'm
like,
that
holy
fuck,
shit.
man! Like she,
Showing how powerful.
Yeah, you
yes.
want to get a
and
hand
she's not
job
even
from
on
her.
Asgard yet. So she broke Mjolnir, and she's not even on Asgard.
Yeah.
You hear my joke?
No, what'd you say?
I said you wouldn't want to get a hand job from her. You can keep going.
Hey, nobody
So,
like
yeah.
my "Is this your king?" joke. So
So I want to agree with Rodney, but just for switching it up, I love when Thor goes all lightning.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's
in the
fucking
arena?
sick.
Well,
Well, that end with
the
Hela,
end.
when Hela's
Oh,
got
yeah.
him, and he, I think that's fucking.
And
I
then
was-
at
the
that one
ending
scene, he
scene.
like shocks her, and she's like,
We'll talk about
shoot
that
the lightning at him. He's like, I just hit
Just hit
her
her
with the
with the
biggest
biggest- yeah.
lightning strike ever created,
And
and
it
she
did
just walked
nothing.
through it.
That's great. I do. See, I'll wait and see if somebody else says that. But action sequence for me, I love the opening action sequence. I think that's the best shit. I even like when he's spinning around. He's like, "Hang on, I swear I'm not doing this. I'm coming back around."
Oh
Yeah, just
That was
watching him and the music, dude, playing the Zeppelin, dude, so fucking dope.
And then knowing he's only fake trapped to figure out where the crown was or whatever. Like he got captured on purpose to
Yeah.
get
Oh,
information.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Thought
then
that was
him
interesting.
fucking going away from that dragon-like thing,
yeah,
and
that
then
was-
He
finally-
drops it in the dragon's mouth.
Yeah, that was
a
dope. It
scene.
just goes. He's like, sit down or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I'm running out of Heimdall, help me.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Carl Urban's just sitting there, fucking talking shit to the ladies. Like, who are
Spitting
you?
game.
Yeah, that's
This is D.
and the
Destroy.
head. The head
Yes.
fucking coming
Oh,
in,
yeah.
it just
Destroy.
floats next to it, like comes in like sliding. That was dope. That's my favorite action scene for sure.
My favorite action scene is going to be that end fight. And I like how they like flash between everybody and like their battle. Because like Thor's fighting Hela. Hulk's got the big wolf.
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's kind of
It's
flashing
dope.
between the people on the bridge. And I like how they gave everybody their like
And
screen time.
that's
and-
where I was thinking about the electricity. Like when they plays that Zeppelin music again, and he's just fucking people up on the
Yeah.
bridge. And it's just like he looks like Raiden basically fighting
Yeah.
these motherfuckers
That's
from Mortal
sick.
Kombat. That's dope shit.
My favorite fight scene, since y'all said it, would be the one where they're trying to escape on the spaceships and they're jumping from spaceship
Yeah,
to
Tessa
spaceship.
Thompson's killing
Yeah,
it.
she's
Yeah.
just
She's the
badass.
shit.
Thor's
And
like,
Thor's
I think
like-
I should go help.
Yeah. And Mark Ruffalo's, I don't know how to fly.
That
alien."
would. Can you imagine
He's like,
being
you
in
have
that
7
situation?
PhDs. Use them.
Flying that thing, and you're just like, what do you know? I do not know what I'm doing.
Straight
That would be
into the
worst.
anus, the devil's anus, or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Rodney,
Yeah.
action.
Hulk and Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to show it love since none of y'all
Yeah.
did.
Well, I thought someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought everybody was.
I was gonna
that.
say it.
Yeah, it was
I was gonna
dope.
say
I
it.
thought about it, but I was just like, man, I love that
Yeah,
opening
dude,
with the
that-
music.
That fight, dude, especially like because you've always want like who's the stronger Avenger, and they're always fighting who's the stronger Avenger. So
There's
Yes.
either a
They-
couple jokes in there.
When they're
Like
getting on the spaceship.
Thor's trying to get it. He's
Yeah.
like the strongest Avenger.
yeah,
And then when Mark Ruffalo gets on it,
he's
like says it
Banner,
back to him.
strongest Avenger.
It's like, man, welcome, strongest.
Hulk's
Avenger.
cool in this.
But yeah, right. When they're fighting, I like when Thor gets his first hit on Hulk, and like it flashes to the Grandmaster, and he's like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
like, is my
With the hammer.
champion about to like get
Oh
beat?"
my
And,
god!
like the realization.
And when they bullshitted him at the end, and Hulk leaped 500 feet in the air.
Oh yeah,
And you just had to
Another dead
watch
one.
helplessly. Yeah,
Dude,
like
I
Korg
think-
was just cheering it on. He's like, oh well, that's it.
I think it was the punches and shit when Thor was like, "All right, fuck it," and just started
Yeah.
boxing.
He was trying
with
to make
Hulk.
peace.
Yeah, he was. He's a friend.
He's a
from
friend
work.
from work.
Mhm.
You know.
But yeah, I got to show that scene some love.
Hulk
Tyler?
titties.
No, I do have a best line though. And
Oh, I was like, no, I do have some titties though.
it comes at the very beginning of the movie when Thor's talking to Surtur. Is that her name?
Surtur.
Surtur.
Sulfur.
Surtur says, Thor, son of Odin. And Thor says, Sorter, son of a bitch, you're still alive. There were so many good lines, but that one stuck out because that, and I've been falling for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's him. I love when dude gets melted right next to him too, and he's like, the smell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great too. It's funny shit.
Location. So this movie was filmed mainly in Australia and Atlanta, and then that's Rodney's favorite scene with Odin was filmed in Norway
Nice.
on like the cliffside,
That's fucking dope.
and then takes place in Asgard, Sakaar, I think's how you pronounce it.
yeah, cigar.
That trash, the trash
Cigar.
city.
Trash planet.
And then New York City. There's that one scene where Thor and
Doc
Loki
Strange.
are in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Best unimportant scene. I didn't really have one, but the more I think about it, we've got Hulk titties. We haven't had Hulk ass before.
Yeah.
And as a big Hulk fan, going back to even the show days with Ferrigno, I really enjoyed seeing Hulk's ass.
It was great.
I've been wondering
Nice
what's under
ass.
there. I wanted
Yeah.
to see how toned up those glutes were, and I was not
Did it deliver?
disappointed. Yes, it delivered more than
Did
the
the
ending.
ending deliver?
Not as much
Like
as the
his butt
glutes.
is-
No, the rear end.
The rear end. Yeah.
The rear end.
I should have said rear-ending delivery. Damn it.
Here.
Missed
Rewind it
opportunity.
back.
Just do better, you know?
Did the rear-ending deliver?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, it
There we
did.
go.
What's your dumbest or cringiest moment?
Probably that last 30 seconds we
Yeah,
just did on the
probably
podcast.
when they showed Hulk's ass.
What they did to Hulk and making him throw fucking hissy fits and shit like that.
Mhm.
I hated that.
Yeah.
And it's never changed either. Like, as many times, because this is Jamie's favorite MCU movie.
Yeah, you said you
We
it
watch
every
this
day.
like once, maybe twice a week. Like, she has this plan. It's like her go to sleep movie, like a lot too. So, dude, and you would think that like after a
Is
while,
it,
I would come
though?
to like a consensus of like why he's like that. I hate it. There's no like that's
Do that one more time.
I did.
No.
I did like at the end when they bring Surtur back to life, and then they're
Hulk
like
goes
trying to get away, and Hulk just
that's
dives
that's
at
funny
him.
though. That's good.
And then he comes down, and they're like,
it's all
"Hulk,
funny,
no!"
but does it fit with
And
the
he's
character?
like,
That's the question.
but big monster, and they're like, "No, we gotta go." He's like, "Ah."
That makes sense because that's a part of Hulk's character, though. It's Hulk smash, like any
Yeah.
monster or threat.
Can
There
you
was no
for
threat
once
there.
just not
He was
smash?
just getting upset at Thor, and he
Oh, no.
literally threw his arms down and stomped off. I was like, dude,
Well.
y'all just turned him into a pussy, and I hate it.
Yeah, that kind of bugs me
Yeah.
too, actually. But
Any goofs, Tyler?
Now that you say it,
yeah, this
the
isn't
Hulk
really
was
a
a visible
goof.
pussy in a few scenes.
This
if
is
you
just a
look
weird
closely.
thing. Thor, who is the god of thunder and appears to control lightning as well, which makes sense since thunder is sound that
Yeah.
accompanies lightning. It's weird that he gets disabled by Grandmaster's electric shocker.
It's stupid.
Like how,
Makes no
like
sense to me.
he can shoot lightning bolts, but Taser takes
Yeah,
him
the little
out.
taser on his neck.
Takes him out hard too.
face.
So yeah, that's it.
I don't know what they were thinking when they did that.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
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 I guess
They
that's what
weren't
they were
that-
hoping the whole audience would do. Just be like, hey, fuck it.
Yeah, that brought it
Yeah,
down a couple
Taser.
points for me. I thought
He's a
about it.
god,
Oh, yeah,
and a
it's easy
taser
too
takes him
now.
out.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
wrong.
weird as fuck, dude. Electricity.
That's
ran
all I got
heavy.
there.
Deleted scenes.
None worth mentioning. There was a few extended scenes that didn't need to be extended, and there was 2 regular scenes that were short-lived and did not need to happen. There's one where Hulk is chasing after Thor, like after him. I can't remember if he's. I don't think he's like trying to attack him. But he's trying to bring him back or something. And then like he's just charging through the city. It's just like I don't really need this. And there's another moment where what's his name? I know the actor's name, so let's say that Keith Urban. Just kidding, Carl Urban. He spots Heimdall because you're wondering kind of where he is. It literally is just him. Like he puts the fucking goggles up to his face, binoculars, and he's like looks at him one more time. Like I found him. And it's
Yeah.
just like I just don't need any of this. Like deleted scenes were worthless in this one. Did the ending deliver though? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the ending was good.
I think everybody can agree with this.
Yeah. Good ending.
And for me, the almost like what movie was it? Doctor Strange. This was another unique way to win at the end by
Yeah.
bringing a bigger enemy to defeat your enemy, and like essentially killing Asgard. But Asgard's not a place; it's the people or whatever. But
Well,
like,
Ragnarok is the end of Asgard. It had to happen.
and then Hulk realizing, well, I was supposed to go get that and store it here to bring Ragnarok. Like that was the whole purpose of the beginning of the movie. I love the way it all played together. So yeah, ending delivered tenfold for me.
Yes.
So Rotten Tomatoes gives Thor
We got trivia.
Tomatoes.
after
We got trivia.
trivia.
Fuck.
What did you do, Tyler?
What
Why
was
did you
that?
do that?
Like that went thump though. Like damn, I thought something hard.
That room must be haunted.
It is.
So trivia. 2 had originally decided not to return to this movie,
so much smoke.
but upon reading the story, changed their mind.
Idris Elba.
Goldblum.
Yeah, it's gotta be Goldblum. I'm going Goldblum too. He seems like the obvious choice because he does. He's
Had-
very picky about his roles.
To return to the movie.
Oh,
Meaning they
I
had
missed the beginning of
previous-
that, and I thought
Oh.
I pieced it together. Had to return to the movie. Fucking Idris Elba.
Sir Anthony Hopkins was
Nice.
not going to come back to play Odin,
That
but
makes
read
even
the
more
story,
sense.
Yeah.
changed his mind. This marks the
He
first.
was retired at the time. I forgot about that.
This marks the first time in the MCU that Hulk was not voiced by who?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark
Yeah,
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo voice. No.
Think about it. The first Hulk was not Mark Ruffalo.
Ed
I know.
Norton.
I was
Did they
just.
have Ferrigno do it?
I was actually saying
Lou
that to
Ferrigno
be
voiced
stupid.
every Hulk when he's green, except this one. Mark Ruffalo did it.
Oh,
He was
wow.
Hulk
That's
this
Wow,
interesting.
that's a good
I didn't
trivia.
know that. Yeah.
He
I didn't
voiced,
either.
Lou Ferrigno voiced him in The Incredible Hulk, The Avengers, and Age of Ultron.
How did I not know that?
Oh, shit.
So we all saw Matt Damon's little
Yes.
cameo.
Yeah.
So who played Thor?
It is
James
one of,
Vanderbeek.
No, it's
Can't remember who it
it's a
was.
Hemsworth. It's one of it's
Liam.
their
Older
Scott
brother,
Hemsworth or
Luke.
something like Luke Hemsworth.
That makes sense. I
Luke
was like, I
Hemsworth.
know this guy.
Because when I saw Matt Damon, I was like, I bet you Hulk, or not Hulk, Thor is somebody we're supposed to know.
Yeah.
And it was his older brother. They
yeah,
threw
I
that
thought
in there.
about that because when I saw him, I was like, I know this guy, and that makes complete sense why I would know.
All right, that's it for trivia. Now you can go with them scores, Rodney.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes over here gives it a 93% critically, 87% audiensely,
Stupid, I highly
with
recommend these
IMDb
movies.
being a 7.9.
Still in them sevens.
Yes, sir.
Would y'all give it scores?
I'll go first. I think Thor Ragnarok is a highly enjoyable and entertaining movie. I've never had any real issues with it. You know, I wouldn't call it top tier MCU, but it's up there. So I'll give it an 8.6.
Boom, got it right.
Did you?
I done forgot we were doing that. I said you give it a 9. I just went high. I said fuck it. I'll give one stupid high one to Rodney. All right. I got a lot to say though. Do you want me to go ahead and go?
Go ahead and go.
All right. So, as y'all know, I fucking love Thor. But I have a controversial opinion about this one. I think this is usually everybody's favorite. You might hear the first one over this one, but still I hear this one more. Yeah, and then you definitely hear this over Dark World, that's shunned. This is actually my least favorite Thor movie. And I will tell you why. It still gets a 7.4 out of 10. It's a solid movie. It's fun as fuck. I think Loki is not nearly as fun in this movie. He has like fun moments, but he's not as great amongst the whole movie as a whole. Like he doesn't feel as much as a presence in this movie, and it doesn't ring as true. Like it's like 1A, 1B in the other ones. This one, it's like I feel like he kind of disappears in the background a lot, and then comes up and has a good moment. To bring on a big villain like this, I'm on your side with this, with Blanchett. I thought, like, she was fine, but to bring on this type of villain, I thought it would be way cooler. It was just kind of like, okay, not a terrible MCU villain, but I thought it should be amazing, especially being the Thor fan I am. It was kind of just okay to me. Also, 3, doesn't feel as much like a Thor movie as the other two. I love the original vibes of the first 2. This one did not have those vibes. It felt more mainstream, like the other MCU movies. Like, let's just make it super fun, and that's good enough. It didn't have those vibes, dude. It didn't. Asgard was missing. Again, I understand why, it had to end at some point. But it just didn't vibe with me on that level. Another one that I just thought of, Thor. I don't like his comedies. He's funny, and the movies maybe even funnier than the other ones. But in the other ones, he was just like oblivious to like the world, and it was funny in that way. And this one, it feels like he's like almost like well aware of everything and just cracking comedy. Like it just doesn't feel like the same Thor comedy. It feels like a different Thor character. Kind of throws me off in comparison to the other two. And then lastly, it was missing like the impactful moments that the first 2 had. The first 2 really had those moments. Like I love that impactful moment with Thor and Loki on the bridge in the first one. It was just like, damn, that is the perfect like emotional cue on top. And the second one, losing his mom was impactful. They shot the arrows out. And then of course, like losing Loki, at least we thought we did again. That scene was impactful as fuck when Loki like sacrificed himself and got pulled through. There was cues in there that I was like, damn, dude, I felt that. In this movie, I felt the movie, but I never had an emotional moment where I got pulled in. And the Thor movies really delivered with that in the first 2. This movie is a step down for those reasons for me. This is the more, I think, commercial. Most people will have more fun with this, but as a Thor fan, doesn't mean all Thor fans is missing all those things, which is what made it still a really good movie at 7.4, but it wasn't as great as the other ones to me, and I will die on that hill.
So this was always my favorite Thor movie, like by far.
Yeah, I know we disagree.
And I always thought this was top tier Marvel for me. This was like top 6, 7 Marvel MCU movie for me, and that it fell a good point or two for me. And I don't really know why. I think I felt the runtime a little bit this watch for some reason. Felt kind of slow at some points. But it's still my favorite Thor movie. And I'm going to give it a 8.3.
It fell a couple points.
Felt like a point, yeah.
I thought you said at
point.
1 or 2 points. I'm like,
yeah.
damn, so it's like a 7.
This was, going into it, I had this at like a 9.5.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was,
8.3. Tyler?
Yeah, this movie is a really good movie, almost borderline great movie to me, and I give it a 7.8. Just the visuals in this movie were amazing, and it was good to see Hulk, even though it wasn't, sometimes I really did like this Hulk, and then other times I didn't like this Hulk, like Rodney was saying.
Yeah.
But this overall is a good Thor movie. I think it is my highest Thor rated movie. So,
Bitches.
boom, baby.
Next
That's
week,
it.
we're going to do the other ones.
Yes, sir.